Chinese. I guess the game has gone global.
It's global, man. It's global.
We get a chance to welcome in Anthony Davis. Andy, appreciate this. And thanks for doing this, man, because I mean this. Ultimate respect for coming out and talking and dealing with what I know can't be easy through all this. How much different has that made even the lead up for you mentally as you get on a plane and kind of go to All-Star compared to think back to being the host of it going back a year ago?
I got a great team around me. You know, my family came down knowing this is the biggest All-Star, you know. But I just go out there and just be truthful, you know, just – you know, we're not preparing for anything. You know, oh, this is a script. You know, I just go out there and just say what I feel, say what I mean, and let the rest take care of itself.
Well, that's what I respect about you in terms of your honesty throughout this whole process. And I've said this before, and I think, you know, two things kind of happen here. I thought you wanted to be honest with management and say, hey, I'm not signing back. These are my intentions.
Right.
And you want to give management enough time to go out and do what they needed to do. And somehow that got out publicly, you know, maybe from your side and also from their side. So there are two culprits here. But at the same time, the thing that I respect about you, and everybody should respect about you, is that you have always maintained your honesty about the situation. And saying, I want to give y'all enough time to do what y'all want to do. And by the way, if you asking me, where would I like to go, these are some of the places that I would like to go. But by the way, you know, I do understand that I'm a player, so wherever you trade me to, I'm going to honor my contract. But at the same time, you know, if you asking me, this is where I like to be.
For sure.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
You know, for sure. And I think that was the biggest thing. I think being honest helps everybody. And, you know, I wanted to give management, you know, more than enough time to, you know, do what they had to do to make the best decision for them. You know, I didn't want to spring it on them, and now you have a couple months to figure something out. New Orleans always respected me, and I felt like I should do the same for them. And, like I said, my family's been great through all of this, just by my side. And, you know, that's the only opinion that matters to me. You know, everybody else say what they want to say, and you hear, you know, get booed in the arena and stuff. And, you know, my dad sits courtside, and I just look at him. He's like, do one of those. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Go out there and play basketball. So it's been different for me, but, you know, it's something that, you know, I'm going to learn, and it's just going to do nothing but bring experience to me.
AD, I want to ask you this just because we couldn't hear. We've been on the air, everything that you had said in your media avail, but somebody had told me that you had mentioned maybe the Celtics being on that list. I just wanted to clarify. Is that are they on the list or are they not on the list?
All 29 of the teams are on my list.
Everyone's on the list.
I don't have a preferred destination. Like I said, I just want to win. You know, they ask me big market, small market. I don't care. You know, I want to win, you know, and obviously whatever team, you know, I get traded to, you know, play for it that year or whatever. If I get traded, I'm not sure, but just make the best of it, and then, you know, when free agency comes, see what happens. You know, I can't tell the future, but all 29 teams are on the list.
So just to follow real quick, so people who had reported it's the Lakers and then it's the Knicks.
I never gave a destination.
The man
Anthony
whose
Davis
voice it is, Anthony Davis.
Never gave a destination where he wants to play.
Okay.
But if you ask me, if you asking me, I mean, because we all had dreams and everything else. But if you asking me, right, would I like to be in Hawaii? Yeah.
Look, I admire your honesty, but more importantly, I admire your game. And we all know because of your game, all 29 teams are going to certainly be interested. So all that talk about that, let's just talk. I want to talk about your game.
Perfect.
And obviously, you're 25 years old, 6-time All-Star. You're the only other player, I think, to be under 26 with that 3-time All-NBA, 3-time defensive players, Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
And when I see you and your height and what you do on the court, like you have really just taken the game to another level. And so, I don't just talk about your evolution and your growth as a player, as a leader, and what's in store. Can you continue to push the envelope and continue to become the best version of Anthony Davis?
Yeah, for sure. It took some time. you know, Monty Williams helped me out a lot. You know, he would come in and practice with us, and he would teach me some post moves, and he always said, get to your spot. That's your spot. Get to your spot. I kind of just slowly, you know, came along. I remember he wouldn't play me in the fourth quarter when we was actually playing the Lakers, and Dwight Howard was in the game. He was like, I don't want you to get hurt against Dwight. And I was always like, Coach, I'm good. It's basketball. And he always had a plan for me, and now I always see what he was talking about back then. And then kind of that third year, the game just slowed down for me. You know, everything was going at 100 miles an hour, and that third year when we went to the playoffs against the Warriors and got swept. But it slowed down, and I was able to see the game differently and know where I like to score the basketball and know how I can help my team.
How's the shoulder feeling, by the way?
Our shoulder feels fine.
Play tomorrow?
That's the plan.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Good.
Well, I you know, you mentioned that game when y'all got swept, and I remember vividly, right? Steph Curry getting the ball in the corner, and you challenging that shot.
Don't remind me.
No, because I'm watching it on television, and I'm like, oh, that's a block.
Yeah.
And somehow he got that shot out, right? And not only did he get it off, but it went in.
Yeah.
And I felt the heartbreak for the Pelicans at that time, but I also admired the incredible shot that was made.
Yeah, for sure.
You as a defender, did you admire the shot and also hate it at the same time?
I did. At the time, I hated it.
Yeah.
You know, but then later on, they were like, you know, his eyes was closed too.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's a tough shot.
Yeah.
He makes that. But it was a great game, and you know, people talk about it all the time. They call it the shot. Oh, Steph Curry, the shot. And I was just like, man, you know. And so that kind of led us.
Okay, well, I know about the pass. Bird steals the ball.
But that actually gave us a little bit more motivation this last year. We played them. You know, obviously we didn't want to get swept, and then we were at home. We had that big lead. You know, we knew what happened before. We didn't want to give it up, so it gave us an extra motivation.
Well, enjoy All-Star Weekend and the controversy and all this stuff that's really happening for you and the Pelicans. Take it from experience, right? At the end of this, just make sure that you have a heart-to-heart conversation with ownership if you can, and with management if you can, before it gets too far out. Get everybody out of y'all business, and you sit down as the man that you are and keep being honest, but try to keep that relationship, because you never know who you're going to meet or what team you're going to get traded to again. You may be back with the Pelicans.
Right, for sure.
Appreciate it, AD. Thanks so much for a few, man.
Thank you.
All right, we look forward to seeing you play tomorrow.
Good luck, brother.
Anthony Davis.